welcome to my channel. ഏവർക്കും എൻ്റെ ചാനലിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. So today we will be discussing few of the MCQs related with our specialty. I have already started up a radiographic tutoring part 1 and part 2. Those who have not yet watched have watched to part 1 and part 2. Since for today's session it is a continuation from part 2. So it will be more clear and precise if you are having a continuation from part 1. So I will be putting the link of both these sessions in my description box so that you can watch those videos, and after watching that videos it will be more clear to watch part 3. Along with that I will be discussing one of the query related with SCPC registration, and those who need any assistance for SCPC registration, you can mail me or you can WhatsApp me. Even for any study material for DHA, or if you need any assistance or any MCQs to be included from any particular any other portions, you can just mail me or either you can WhatsApp me. Both will be given in my description box. And one of the important message I have to share with all my viewers is that HCPC registration is very simple method that everyone can do very simply. Means everyone can do it by your own. If you are patiently watching all my videos of HCPC, you need not take any assistance from any consultancy, since they are buying a huge amount for doing this HCPC registration. Even you are having a huge amount to be paid for HCPC, for getting HCPC registration, that is you are directly paying for HCPC. It is about nearing 80,000 you have to pay. So if you are patiently watch all my videos, it is very easy to do by your own. So you can save your money. And if you need any assistance, you can contact me. I'll be giving you assistance. Okay, so patiently watch till the end and stay tuned. So let's begin the part 3 tutoring of radiography. I have already done 2 sessions, part 1 and part 2, and this is a continuation of part 2. Those who have not yet watched that session, please kindly watch that video, since this is the continuation of part 2. It will be more clear if you have watched part 1 and part 2 session. I will be putting the link of those videos in my description box. So let's see for part 3. So we begin our topic with X-ray production, and we have discussed how the X-rays, about the X-ray tube housing and the MCQs in part 1, followed by how the X-rays are produced with related with the MCQs related with the X-ray production have already discussed. So again we are moving on to the X-ray tube housing related with anode. So there are 2 types of anode, that is stationary anode as well as rotating anode. In modern X-ray tubes it is formed of rotating anode. So let's see what is a stationary anode. A stationary anode is usually used in dental X-ray machine and a portable X-ray unit and special purpose unit, where high tube current and power are not required. As I said in the X-ray production, that is 99% it is formed of heat and only 1% of X-rays is produced. So when the electrons are coming and hitting a particular place, the life of the anode is going on down, since there is a chance for this anode for cracking. So in modern X-ray tube, this rotating anode is preferred. Why we are using rotating anode will be discussed in the next slide. So the stationary anode is seen only in dental X-ray unit or a portable unit where high tube current or power is not required. So let's see what is rotating anode. A rotating anode is made up of a molybdenum disc coated with a strip of tungsten rhenium alloy and molybdenum stain. So the rotating anode is made up of molybdenum disc coated with a strip of. So the anode is formed of tungsten or rhenium alloy that we have already discussed in the X-ray production in the session 1, and it is attached to a molybdenum stem. And this rotating anode is driven by it will be rotating by electromagnetic induction motor, which consists of two parts, the rotor and the stator, and the stator is outside the glass envelope. We have already discussed about that Pyrrhus glass. So it is outside the glass envelope and it is connected with molybdenum stem of anode. So this anode is connected to the molybdenum stem, which is connected to this rotor or the stator, and this rotor is outside this glass envelope. So let's see the purpose of the rotating anode. The anode are designed as bevel disc attached to a large copper rotor of the electric motor, rotating them at a speed of about 10,000 revolutions per minute with a temperature of 2000 degrees Celsius. And the purpose of using a rotating anode is to dissipate the heat. So since the anode is rotating, these electrons will be coming and hitting in different point, not in a particular point. So the 99% of heat is not coming under one particular point. So since it is rotating, along with that it is dissipating the heat. So let's see what is a line focus principle. So we have discussed about the anode. Anode is of two types, stationary and rotating. Now in modern X-ray unit we are using rotating anode and the purpose is to dissipate the heat. So let's see what is line focus principle. So this line focus principle explains the relationship between the actual focal spot on the anode surface and the effective focal spot size. So let's see what is a focal spot. Focal spot is the area of the anode surface which receives the beam of electron from the cathode. As we said in the session 1 that the electrons are produced in the cathode by thermionic emission, and these electrons are coming and hitting this anode and the X-rays are produced. The point where the electrons are coming and hitting is known as the focal spot. So it is the actual focal spot, the electrons coming. It is the actual focal spot and the effective focal spot is attained. So the relationship between the actual and the effective focal spot is known as the line focus principle. So let's see how it can be explained. Since if it is a large focal spot, it will be helping to dissipate the heat. But for a good quality radiographic image, we require a small focal spot. So a small focal spot gives out a good quality radiographic image. Since a large focal spot will help for heat dissipation, but our ultimate aim is to get a good quality image. So this have to be achieved. So for that solution to be resolved, or this solution is resolved by a line focus principle, means the electrons are coming and hitting into a particular area. It is known as the actual focal spot, and we have to give the actual focal spot is good for heat dissipation, but we should require a small focal spot for getting a good quality image. So how this solution have resolved? This solution have resolved by tilting the anode surface, which result in an apparent decrease in the focal spot size. So with the tilting of the anode result in the reducing in the focal spot size, which in spite gives out a good radiographic image. So the apparent focal spot can be determined by the sine of the angle of the anode surface. That means apparent focal spot size is equal to real focal spot size, means the actual focal spot size into sine angle anode angle. That means anode is tilted. So how much degree the anode is tilted? It may vary with the tube design and its average value is about 6 degree to about 20 degree. So the anode is tilted for getting making the focal spot size small in order for getting a good quality radiographic image. So let's see what is anode heel effect. The anode heel effect refers to the reduced intensity of the X-ray beam towards the anode side of the X-ray tube. So the intensity of the X-ray beam towards the anode side will be minimal compared with that of the cathode. The X-ray photons that are emitted on the anode side of the field must pass through a greater thickness of the anode than those directed towards the cathode side. This reduces in a reduced intensity on the anode side of the field. For better balance of the transmitted X-rays, the cathode side of the tube is oriented over the thicker part and anode over the thinner part of the patient. Since the intensity of the beam is minimal at the anode side compared with that of the cathode, since when the X-rays are produced, few of the X-rays are attenuated within the target and the intensity will be slightly minimal compared to the cathode side. So the thicker area means the thicker area should be given should be at the cathode side and the thinner area towards the anode side. So this figure shows you clear that anode and cathode. Here you can see increasing the strength of the beam towards the cathode. So let's see the MCQs related with this topic. So the question number 24, the target in a modern rotating anode tube is made up of option A rhenium tungsten, option B pure tungsten, option C tin and option D is copper. The answer is option A rhenium tungsten. Question number 25. Anode is backed in rotating anode tube to option A to promote radiation, option B to absorb excess radiation, option C both above and option D none above. The answer is option A promote radiation. Question number 26. Pinhole diameter of focal spot in X-ray tube is option A 0.003 mm, option B 0.006 mm, option C 0.009 mm and option D is 0.012 mm. The answer is option A 0.003 mm. Question number 27. In rotating anode tube, heat produced in target contribute to incident energy equal to option A 70%, option B 80%, option C 90% and option D is 99%. The answer is option D 99%. Question number 28. The size of actual focal spot as compared to effective focal spot is option A larger, option B smaller, option C equal and option D is none. The answer is option A larger. Question number 29. The heel effect is option A higher on cathode side than anode side, option B higher on anode side than cathode side and option C is equal on both on cathode and anode side. The answer is option A higher on cathode side than anode side. Question number 30. The heel effect depends on option A anode angle, option B size of the anode, option C shape of the anode and option D is none above. The answer is option A anode angle. Question number 31. Which statement is correct? Option A smaller the anode angle the larger the heel effect. Option B smaller the anode angle smaller the heel effect. Option C anode angle has no effect on heel effect and option D is the larger the anode larger the heel effect. The answer is option A smaller the anode angle larger the heel effect. Question number 32. The anode heel effect can be used option A thicker part of the body towards cathode, option B thicker part of the body towards anode, option C no effect and option D is none of the statement above is true. The answer is option A thicker part of the body towards cathode. Question number 33. Rhenium is added in anode tungsten because of option A, high thermal capacity, thus prevents cracks. Option B, high conductivity. Option C, high melting point, and option D is high atomic number. The answer is option A, high thermal capacity, thus prevents cracks. Question number 34. The stem of the rotating anode disk is made up of molybdenum due to option A, good thermal conductivity, option B, poor thermal conductivity, option C, good heat storage capacity, and option D is no heat storage capacity. The answer is option B, poor thermal conductivity. Question number 34. The size of the focal spot can be measured at option A, edge of the X-ray beam, option B, peripheral part of the X-ray beam, option C, central part of the X-ray beam, and option D is any part of the X-ray beam. The answer is option C, central part of. Hope you all are clear with today's session. One of the query I want to share with you is that related with HCPC, that whether the diploma candidates are eligible to apply. Yeah, sure, the diploma candidates are also eligible to apply. There was a change in the rule on September, and it was related to the category paramedics. If you are checking HCPC registration form, you can see about 15 categories you can see. Out of that, one category is paramedics, and that policy change is clearly meant for this paramedic category, and all other specialty, even diploma candidates, is also accepted as it now. So those who wish to fly to UK, those who are having only a diploma certificates, you can also apply. It was the most important query I was receiving for the last few days. So happily you understand that you also have the chance. So when it will be taken off can't be predicted. So don't wait your time or don't miss your time. Just immediately rush for getting HCPC registration. And with that, I am coming to the end of today's session. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and patiently stay tuned for my next update.